Good morning, you guys. Welcome to the Wonder Family vlog. Today I thought I would bring you along with me as I make my second batch of apricot jam. So I've already made a batch and I wanted to get a batch made before I filmed a video making it. I'm nowhere close to being an expert. I've honestly only done it a couple of times, but I thought it would still be fun to bring you along. So these are apricots from our own apricot tree. We definitely have a little bit of a bug problem. We are working with an arborist to hopefully get that under control, so hopefully next season we won't have such a big bug problem. But I have a bowl full of apricots. They've been in the fridge, so they're getting a little bit, well, a lot mushy. But as you can see, like, here's an apricot. All of that is just from like aphids or caterpillars or something. I'm not exactly sure which specific bug it is, but no problem. I think they still are delicious and perfect for jam. So because of the issue with the skins, with all of the spots and stuff, I'm gonna actually go ahead and blanch the apricots first. So just put them in boiling water for about 20 seconds. The recipe I use for apricot jam, I just use the recipe from Assure Gel, which is just like a pectin you can use for jam. I know a lot of people don't use stuff like that, but that's just the way my mom did it, and that's the way I do it. It's so easy. It calls for a lot of sugar, a lot of sugar. So don't freak out when you see all the sugar going into the jam. A jam is basically sugar, right? But yeah, so I'm gonna blanch them. The recipe does not say to take off the skins, but I do because ours are so gross. So I'm gonna start with that. So after they have been in the hot water for just about 20 seconds, I take them and I put them directly into cold water. And that way the skin, I let it cool for just like a second, and then I can just pull the skins right off. So I have my apricots all peeled. I'm now just going to go through them, pick out the pits, and cut out any spots that are gross. I'm a little worried I'm not going to have enough because I definitely didn't have as many apricots as I had for the first batch, but for the first batch I prepped more than I needed, so I'm not 100% sure I'm going to have enough, but hopefully I do. Fingers crossed. If not, we'll figure out a plan. I've got my apricot mush, but I am about a cup short. So what I think I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm not a professional at this, so we'll just see how it goes, but I think I'm just gonna cut the recipe. That's what I do in normal cooking, so I don't know why it shouldn't work. If you're an expert, you're probably like, what are you thinking, girl? You were gonna totally mess it up. But I don't really feel like I have another option. I could do like a freezer jam with half of the fruit, but I've already prepped almost all that I need, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it this way. So I'm just gonna cut and measure out like the Assure Gel and cut that by how much fruit I'm missing, and then take a little bit of the sugar out, measure that out, and we will see how this goes. You guys are along for the experiment. Might totally mess it up. So I've got my apricot mush, my lemons, and the sugar. I told you it was a lot of sugar. Look at all that sugar, it's crazy. I'm gonna add the lemon juice into the apricot, and then we're gonna go ahead and start cooking it. Basically, I'm cooking it until it reaches like a rolling boil where I can't stir it down. And then I'm gonna add the sugar all at once. Cook it for whatever the recipe says. I think it's like a minute, and then I immediately turn off the heat, fill the jars, and then I'm gonna process it in the canner. So this part makes me like nervous because it's always like boil it for exactly 1 minute, not a minute longer or a second longer. So yeah, but it all works out fairly well. Let's see how it goes. make the best sound. Hopefully they set up as a jam. If not, they'll be syrup or preserves. I'm sure whatever it'll be, it'll still be really yummy. You guys, it's been about 24 hours since I made the jam, and I'm really excited to try it out. I actually think it's set better than my first batch. So because I blanched the apricots to get those skins off because they're kind of gross because we have a bug issue, they soak up some water. So the first batch actually didn't set that well. And this one, even though I kind of winged it with the recipe because I didn't have exact amount as the recipe called for, it looks like it's set really, really well. So with my first batch, when I turn the jar, it kind of like is pretty runny. It's still really good on toast and everything, but it's a little bit runny. But let's open it up and check it out. Yes! Yes, it came out absolutely perfect. So that's it for today's video. I know it's a little bit different. I was just literally making jam. But it was really fun to bring you guys along through the process. I'm still just like learning about this kind of stuff. I'm really into preserving food from our backyard, garden, urban farm area because we have fruit trees, garden boxes, and our own little flock of chickens. Thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up if you like this video. Thumbs up if you're gonna go ahead and try to make your own jam. It's really not that hard. I definitely encourage you to try it. It's kind of fun, and it's just so satisfying to open up a can or a jar of jam that you've made yourself. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. You say, what do you say?
What did you say? But this apricot jam was really good, but
it's really good. You want to try some?
Yeah.